Alright, you miserable lot, I've got a new one for you. Today we're checking out Where Winds Meet on the PlayStation 5. It's a game inspired by a few other games that I've played. Wuthering Waves is one, and Ghost of Tsushima is another, and there's a few others mixed in there. You'll figure it out if you actually play it. Spend some time wandering through this world, climbing mountains, kicking bandits in the face, and occasionally catching the plague. It's quite an interesting mechanic actually. You need other players to heal you or let time do its thing. But it's actually quite fun to interact with other people in this way, because most other games don't actually implement mechanics where bringing players together is actually useful, fun, and actually has some kind of use in the world itself. Like getting someone else to heal you is actually quite interesting, and doing the healing is quite interesting if people will stay still, which they don't often do. People like to move around for some stupid reason. Anyway, let's talk about whether this game actually holds up on a PlayStation 5. So, the first things first, Where Winds Meet sets you in a stylized version of 10th century China. It's gorgeous, from forest to temples, and honestly, sometimes the world feels big, alive, and full of little secrets, and other times, especially if you go on multiplayer, it feels almost barren. Like you don't have random enemies. You can fight the guards or other players and do a few group contents, but it's still early days, so who knows whether they're gonna implement other stuff. I really don't think they will. The time gating is also an issue. It really bugs me. Like having to wait a whole day to progress to the next next 10 levels. So annoying, but it does give me an opportunity to explore the world, which I have done in the early games. I will do in the second portion of the map. Anyway, the vibe reminds me a bit of Ghost of Tsushima, as I've said, mixed with a dash of Elden Ring exploration, but it doesn't play like Elden Ring, for those of you that are curious. You're not just running around, you're gliding, jumping, wall running, all that flashy stuff, and you can even fly in this game as well, which is really good. Like, it's so good that I would forego teleporting to a waypoint just to fly around the map, and you get quite the distance, and you can even fly up mountains and stuff like that as well. So honestly, it's fun. I might show you a bit of a clip of that near the end. Combat is my favorite part about this game. You've got swords, spears, bows, umbrellas, fans as well, and a whole bunch of mystic arts that turn you into fighting genius, really, like a martial artist from China itself. It's fast, stylish, and honestly pretty satisfying, but it can get overwhelming. There are a lot of buttons, a lot of systems, a crap ton of menus, and the game doesn't always explain things clearly, like what the hell do some of these items do. Like, I've got tons of items in my inventory, I have no clue what they're used for, and I really cannot be bothered to take the time to read through the descriptions of them, because the descriptions don't tell you anything. Anyway, instead of getting on a tangent, I'm going to continue. So the big question is, how's the PS5 version? Because I know people on PC have played the actual Oriental version, and we've got it afterwards. So after most other people who got it, because obviously I'm usually late to the party. But anyway, it runs decent, but it's not perfect. There were times where we've had the T-pose during the cutscene, which was hilarious. I'm not going to show it because that's for my own enjoyment. You guys can find it yourselves. You'll see occasional frame dips. When I open the menu, sometimes there's a delay before I can actually move the selection option to pick something, which is a bit annoying. But this, again, it's early days, so they may fix it, they might not. It depends how many people have the issue and actually report it. I'm not going to be one of those because I'll let you guys do the work. I am lazy. There are some bugs, nothing game breaking, but definitely noticeable. Loading times are pretty quick thanks to the SSD, but the game feels like it needs a few patches to hit its stride. Something I don't honestly get. I mean, I get it because money, but if you're going to release a game, you haven't worked out many of the bugs. Obviously, with this being a gacha game, when I first started I had no idea it was a gacha game, because it does that so well, where the gacha system itself, it can't be considered pay to win. It's mostly cosmetics and little items that you'll have no idea what they're used for. But yeah, no, I like the gacha system, because if you want to look cool, great. If you want to be overpowered, you actually need to learn how the game works, how combat works, which is quite good. This game throws everything at you: skills, currency, side missions, minigames. Minigames are actually a bit fun. The chess one, not so much, although there's probably some kind of skill to it. Crafting, I haven't really done much of crafting. Multiplayer, as I've said, I'm not really too keen on it. I don't really like people in the best of times, but some of the things you can do in multiplayer is actually quite nice. Although, as I've said, the world feels almost barren and people are always standing in one town. I don't understand those people. Even professions like doctoring, hunting, being a wanderer, well, say doctors and hunting. You can heal and you can become a scholar. You can become a scholar, where you do another minigame where you either persuade someone, insult someone, point out a scam. Quite fun. It's like the dev said yes to every idea that came up in a meeting, except for making the game run perfectly. With all its downsides, the game is quite fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to continue playing it. I was stuck between this and First Descendant, which I've been playing a bit of. It's quite fun. It's quite like Warframe, but this one, I like swords more than I like guns, so this one's a win for me so far, at least. So yeah, as I've said, the monetization is mostly cosmetic. You know, never been forced to spend real money, which is nice. You can play the whole thing without touching the store. You know, that's one thing I praise in games, especially gacha games, because like if you've played Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact and all that other stuff, then you know you're gonna have to spend money to progress end game, unless you've put in a crap ton of hours, like upwards of a year of grinding just to complete one piece of content. No thank you. I'll take my chances with this game. The story has cool concepts: political conflict, personal vendettas, martial arts legends, mysterious powers. But the pacing jumps around and sometimes it feels like the world is more interesting than what the story is doing. Like, as I've said, I'm not really that interested in the story. There are some things that jump out at me and it's just like, no thank you. But anyway, is Where Winds Meet worth playing on the PS5? If you love huge worlds like I do, martial arts flair like I do, chaotic but cool combat like I do, and you don't mind a few bugs or rough edges, sometimes I do, then yes, it's absolutely worth trying, especially for a free-to-play game. But if you want something polished, simple, or extremely stable, you know, check the store or something. You can probably find one for like $70. Looking at you, Ghost of Tsushima, why are you so expensive? Nobody really plays anymore. Come on, lower the price, thank you. That's probably, I should probably speak to Sony rather than the actual developers. Who knows, who cares. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Not perfect, but ambitious. Fun and full of potential. Hopefully, they get things right going forward. We shall see. So, thanks for watching, you miserable lot. And if you enjoyed this review, press the like button. Comment anything. Subscribe if you want. And I might catch you in the next one. Goodbye.